supported and advocated for Price as he underwent a long-awaited kidney transplant. Through these challenges, they chose love, understanding, communication, and laughter, and grew into the family we see here today. This blended family is a special love, one that has grown over time, trust, and shared experiences. It is built with open hearts, laughter, and support in both the big milestones and the small everyday moments. Today is not just about the joining of two people, but about the unity of those they love most, creating a family that is built on acceptance, strength, and on the belief that love multiplies when shared. May your marriage be filled with patience, compassion, and the kind of joy that comes from knowing you are truly seen and deeply cherished. Here's to a future where your love continues to grow, strengthened by every challenge and brightened by every triumph. Amanda and Price, may you always remember the lessons that brought you here. May you continue to choose each other, to embrace both the joys and the challenges of life as a team, and to build a home filled with love, laughter, and unwavering support. Now, Amanda and Price, I invite you to share your vows with one another.
Want to rush him for it? I know.
So I have a story for the audience first. I had a feeling that chance, maybe even fate, was leading us to each other. We met on a dating site. We were both cleverly programmed to only show matches within a short distance from our homes. But of course, we were both a little mischievous, and one day we had happened to log in at work. Thankfully, we worked close by to each other, and that tiny stretch and boundaries brought us together. And because we met during the pandemic, our first date had to follow the rules. So we met up for a socially acceptable distance hike. Price showed up with a watercolor painting of flowers he had made for me, and I showed up with snacks and, well, packing something for protection from wild animals, obviously. From day one, we've expressed our love in our own ways, and somehow they just fit. Later, when Price invited me to visit him where he lived, he asked me to just keep driving until my cell phone didn't work anymore. I had a moment where I thought, is this the beginning of a great romance novel or the setup for a Dateline special? But something in my gut told me to trust this, and I'm so glad I did, because what I found wasn't just someone special, it was extraordinary. This part's for you. From the moment you walked into our lives, I knew something was different. I wasn't just meeting a kind and caring man. I was meeting someone who would become a steady, calming presence for both me and Mia. Your thoughtfulness, your compassion, and your sharp wit have filled our home with light and laughter. And I'm endlessly grateful for the way that you not just love me, but love her too. You stepped into the role of a step-parent, not only in the joyful moments, but also through the messy, complicated ones, and you did it with the quiet strength, with unwavering heart, and without hesitation. That kind of love is rare, and I see it, feel it, and I am moved by it every single day.
Beautiful.
I love you, Price, for a million little reasons, but especially for how you invite joy into our lives. You never just allow it, you create it, create a space for it. You embrace my too early holiday decorations and giggle as I pack them up the moment the calendar flips to the next date. You surprise me with sweet treats just because you were thinking of me, and you paint these beautiful, tiny canvases that say more than words ever could. You remind me that love doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. It lives in the quiet details, and you live the truth daily. I'm especially grateful for how you put our family first, not just in words, but in action. You changed your work location so Mia could come home after school instead of going to aftercare. You made space in our lives to support our exchange student, Eula. Your willingness to shift your world to care for ours is something that I will never take for granted. Last page, I promise. Wise people say that the early years of a relationship are supposed to be the easiest, but somehow we started with a kidney transplant, job changes, higher education headaches, along with a few other unexpected plot twists. And still here we are, more connected, more resilient, and more certain than ever. Then there was nothing we can't face together. So I promise to keep laughing with you, leaning on you, and loving you through all the beautiful and messy moments ahead. I promise to trust my gut, especially when it leads me to you. And I promise to stand by your side as your partner, your friend, and your biggest fan. I'm so proud to become your wife.
Yeah, round of applause. Jeez. Not sure how I'm supposed to follow through that. But I'm going to try. Amanda, when you met me, I was a broke grad student, surviving on a dialysis machine, living alone in a cabin in the woods, which you lovingly referred to as the murder cabin. It was actually a pretty bleak point in my life. And then you just kind of appeared, as if I conjured you up from the universe. And you appeared on a hiking date with a gun on your hip. And we went up the biggest hill I'd ever seen to eat olives and cheese next to a waterfall. And we clicked, and you immediately accepted me